Hey Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
Daniel, it's a pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. Have you had a good day today?
It's been really, really fun. How about you? How's it going?
It's been okay, thanks. So my first question is, you were fantastic in the show, and I wanted to ask, how did you come across this project or get involved with it? And what was the audition process like?
Thank you very much, Daniel. That's lovely. Pretty standard. I'd seen it around a little bit. I'd helped a few friends out with it, and it crossed my desk, and I put a tape down for it, and then maybe another tape, and then another tape, and then probably another tape. It was a long one, and then I met them, and then I did another tape, and I did a test. Um, so it was a long process, but it was pretty contained. And yeah, that's how I ended up doing it.
That's so cool. And as I think you're from the UK, I have to ask, what was it like working in America and taking on the lead role for an American TV show?
I know that was tough. That was tough. No, I'm joking. I'm playing. I had some great American people around me. I had all the people I'm sure you're speaking to. Um, but so it was really fun. I got to kind of hang out with you know, with the Americans, and that was a joy. I have a lot of family over there. In terms of the American legal system, um, again, felt very natural, felt very relaxed. I have some family who are in the law over in on the West Coast, and I was sort of aware of it a lot throughout my education. I'd thought about it a lot as a potential for me, sort of a long, long time ago. So it felt good.
That's so cool. And that sort of leads into my next question, actually. And what research did you do to get into your character, and how did you relate to him?
Good question.
Thanks.
I think there's a mix of it was split between finding the character, which was a process of dialect, emotional sort of taking the scripts, taking the story, and then also sort of like another half of it, which was quite academically rigorous, exploring the legal system. And this guy needed to have I mean, I feel quite comfortable with rhetoric. It's always been something that has felt quite natural in my chest and in my voice. So it was about refinding sort of a love of study and a love of academia, and then also exploring the elements of the story that I was given um, in the scripts.
That's amazing. And were there any real lawyers to help guide you on the set, or did you work with anyone in law?
We had one guy, and bless, I can't remember his name. He was fantastic. He was advising Michael on the scripts while they were being written. Um, but no, beyond that, I kind of done so much prep on it. I don't think anybody ever said. I think. Well, I hope. No, I hope nobody watches it and goes, "This guy's not a lawyer," because I really nobody ever told me otherwise. It kind of sends you mad. It's a bit like Bentham's Panopticon. You kind of sit there and you're doing your thing, but even for the accent, you're doing the dialect, you're doing the legal stuff, and nobody's telling me I'm doing it wrong. So I'm gonna lock in and keep doing what I'm doing, and that's really how I survived.
That's amazing. You were fantastic in it anyway. And
Thank
what was it like getting to work with Madison, and how did you get comfortable with each other filming the more romantic scenes?
Madison. Have you spoken to her yet?
No, I'm not
She,
interviewing her.
you're
I
not
just,
interviewing Maddie? No. I mean,
but I
she's
know of her from before because she's replied to me in the past and stuff. So yeah.
amazing. Cool. She's the best. She's great. She is uh deeply intelligent, incredibly graceful. Just a gift of a partner to work opposite. And we spent a little bit of time together before we started filming. We both arrived in Dublin at roughly the same time. We got to have some dinners and have some chats. She's a terrible cook. Just gonna throw that out there. See if she ever sees it and replies. And I'm playing. She's very generous and kind. And we were just very comfortable with each other. It felt very professional, very safe.
That's cool. And how did you build chemistry with the cast? And as you sort of mentioned, you like had dinners with each other and stuff like that. And what
Hmm.
did you do between filming scenes?
I don't know. I was pretty locked in. I was, do you know what? I didn't really have much time off, so I didn't get to spend that much time with everybody. But
Mm,
we would hang out. I mean, the guys on this are just incredible, incredible actors and actresses, but also great people. And we had a really great core group of us that kind of they were very supportive to me, very kind with their time, energy, thoughts, and I just kind of fell in love with them all individually. So,
that's nice. And what scene was the most hardest or challenging for you to film?
oh, good question, Daniel. Um,
Thanks.
the most challenging scene for me to film. I mean, there were days when I was tired, but I think the hardest scene to film was the final day, and it was mine and Maddie and I in court having a conversation of sorts because I knew that that was like the end of. It felt very weighty. That was our final scene that we were shooting, so that was uncomfortable to a degree.
Was it a bit emotional for you then? And
Felt quite
everyone.
emotional, yeah, Daniel. Yeah, don't bring it up. That's
Okay. And the other thing I was going to ask is, did you get to do any of your own stunts at all? And there's a car crash scene in this TV show, so I was wondering how that was filmed.
Oh yeah, I got to do most of my own stunts, and I'm not going to put my stunt doubles down because I'm sure they took a few knocks for me. But most of all the fights for me, the car crash will have been doubled. That was quite extensive. That took us 2 nights to film, and it was really a feat of engineering. It was so cool. These guys, the set designers, built this motel around the back of the studio, and they did
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
It was so cool. And so we had this place to film in, and then they just demolished it with one straight run through of a pickup truck, which was cool to see.
And did you get to help pick any of your characters' outfits in the show? And as you wear lots of suits in the show because of your job in it, I was wondering if they're uncomfortable or do you find them okay to wear?
What I did? I worked really closely with Susan, who was our costume designer, and she's fantastic. She would pull all sorts of looks. Um, I wear my brother's suit in the show a lot, and that is supposed to be slightly tight and a bit uncomfortable. And I wore that for about 4.5 months. So by the end, it felt great. But in the early scenes, I was like, this is a little bit tight on the legs, and I could do with a bit of space here, especially when I'm running. But no, that was a real like really fulfilling to spend time with her and build those outfits.
Yeah, I liked your characters' outfits as well.
Thanks,
And
man.
were you allowed to do much improvisation throughout this, or was it more just stick to the script? Stick to the script.
Great question. You know what? Michael is very fond of his writing, as he should be. It's tight and it's dynamic and it's really thrilling. So for the most part, it was not really a will to step off the script. It was like it was I wanted to say the words because they sounded so good. Um, and PJ would do a lot of improvisation, so we would improvise quite a lot between Deck and Rudy in towards the beginning and the end of scenes, and then we would get the dialogue locked in. Um, so not too much, but there were days that we sort of ran away and got pulled back without a doubt.
That's cool. And my final question before I go is, as you've done law in this show, are you good at arguing in real life or winning arguments in real life?
Yeah, you have to ask my mom, Daniel, because she no, do you know what? Probably better than I am quite good at them. Yeah. I do argue well, but I don't like to argue. So
Yeah,
uh my somebody's got to tell my mom that. That's my
yeah. Well,
uh
thank you so much for chatting with me. I
Daniel,
really hope we get a season two. You were fantastic in this show, and I can't wait to see all your future projects.
that's really kind, Daniel. Thank you for chatting. It's been lovely to talk to you.
It's nice meeting you as well. Bye.
Bye bye, mate.